All right, thank God it does appear the Santa Ana winds have finally begun to subside in Los Angeles. The long road now to rebuilding from these devastating fires is about to begin. And with it, well, it needs to come with accountability. Why? Instead of spending taxpayer dollars, there's got to be accountability. There's got to be change in California so it never, ever happens again. Now, the Democratic leaders of the city, the state of California, they have utterly failed in the lead up to these fires. That is undeniable. But California's problems, they run quite deep. Back in 2023, they were, all laid out in great detail right here on this show when we had our state versus state debate between Gavin Newsom and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Here's a reminder of how that went. Take a look.
You almost have to try to mess California up. And yeah, that's what Gavin Newsom has done since he's been governor. He's the first governor to ever lose population. He'll tell a blizzard of lies to be able to try to mask the failures. But the reality is they have failed because of his leftist ideology. California does have freedoms that some people don't, that other states don't. You have the freedom to defecate in public in California. You have the freedom to pitch a tent on Sunset Boulevard. This is a map of San Francisco. There's a lot of plots on that. You may be asking, what is that plotting? Well, this is an app where they plot the human feces that are found on the streets of San Francisco. And you see how almost the whole thing is covered, because that is what has happened in one of the previous greatest cities this country's ever had.
It's simple, but it's also sad. California is in the past. Florida, my home state, is moving toward the future. Governor Ron DeSantis has called the Florida legislature now into a special session to consider new measures to work in tandem with the Trump administration on the issue of illegal immigration. The governor says it is time for bold and strong action, and he's not stopping there. Governor DeSantis also announcing today he has selected his Attorney General, Ashley Moody, a friend of this program, to fill the U.S. Senate seat soon to be vacated by Marco Rubio, who will be the next Secretary of State. And Governor DeSantis joins us right now. That brings back fun memories when you pulled that thing out of your pocket.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people remember that. They still talk to me about that. And seeing what's happened in California shows the failures that we were talking about that night, unfortunately, exacerbated a really horrific situation, and they have not managed that well, water resources or forest management, and it is the ideology that has kept up with that. And as you said, that's kind of the past way of thinking. Florida's the future way of thinking, and you're going to see another contrast, and you and I have talked about the contrast in the states for a long time. When Donald Trump takes office, he's going to be serious about the border and illegal immigration. California is a sanctuary state. LA is a sanctuary city. They're going to fight him every step of the way. They're not going to cooperate. In Florida, what we're doing by calling our legislator back in, we're not a sanctuary state. We banned sanctuary cities my first year as governor, but we got to do more than that. We got to require all of our cities, all of our counties, and I will require the state government to actively assist the president and his administration in enforcing immigration laws. They don't have enough resources right now. I know Congress will probably appropriate some more. It's not going to happen right away. So states really need to step up. I know Tennessee's doing the same, and I think you're going to see many others. And you're going to see a huge contrast between a state like Florida, which takes it seriously, its responsibility to uphold the laws and wants to work constructively with the new administration, and a state like California, which is going to double down on failure.
Oh, I thought it was maybe one of the greatest political jiu-jitsu moves ever when Governor Abbott and yourself started sending these unvetted illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities and states. They are all in favor of illegal immigration, but it did highlight the problem. And look at how Eric Adams, who originally welcomed all the illegal immigrants to New York City, has changed his mind once he realized how expensive and how difficult and what a problem it was causing his state. But at least he acknowledged it finally. Many did not, Governor, so I'm glad that you're going to work in tandem with the Trump administration. I think every governor should. Will that happen?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, we're going to put resources to bear. There's going to be a lot of things we're going to be able to do to really make an impact. And I think you're going to see really serious positive changes very, very soon. So Sean, you've been doing this for a long time. You've been doing it longer than I have. We've been talking as Republicans about illegal immigration and the border for decades. Now is the time to put up or shut up. President Trump can't do it alone. He needs Congress to be supportive, and he needs the states to step up and supplement their efforts. So they can count on us in Florida to do our duty.
In a minute, I will interview Ashley Moody, the Attorney General of Florida, soon to be Senator from Florida. She's been a friend of this program. She's been on my radio program. I've always known her to be a rising star. I'm sure I was on at least the short list, right? It was not just Ashley and nobody else. I was on the list. Maybe I was number 5,827, but no, I'm kidding. But I think it's a great choice. She's done a great job as Attorney General. Pam Bondi as AG, I think, is going to be great as well. There's kind of a brain drain from Florida right now.
Now, well, Sean, the pay cut for you would have been too big, so I didn't even consider you.
That's true.
So put that aside. Now, Ashley you look at Florida's success. We have beaten the left. The Democratic Party lies in ruins. We've taken on the big fights, whether it's CRT, ESG, immigration, fighting Biden, COVID mandates, all the things we've won victories on. She's been with us every step of the way. She's really been Florida's Iron Lady when it comes to fighting illegal immigration. As I looked at the records, there is no squishiness on her immigration positions. She recognizes the need to enforce the law. She's going to be a really strong voice up there helping to support President Trump's agenda when it comes to border and illegal immigration. And ultimately, people can talk, and it's great when they come on your show and talk about things, but then she follows that up and actually does it and has a record to stand on. And that's something that's really, really important to me. So we're going to be in good hands in Florida. We got a lot of talent here. But I think that this is something that she earned, and I think she's going to do a good job for our state and for our country.
I'll say one thing. People ask me all the time, all right, I've lived in Florida now over a full year, and they ask me if I'm happy about the move. And there are people that want to make the move out of California, out of New York, out of New Jersey, out of Illinois. And my answer is always the same. It was the best decision I ever made to encourage people. And the difference is night and day. You can't compare the two experiences. Governor, great to see you. A good choice. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.